everyone, it's the first day of April, so it's TBR time. This is what I'm planning to read this month. If you want to know how well I did last month, go and check out the link in the description box down below to my book blog. That'll tell you. You might get some idea though from what I'm about to mention. The Enverplay by Chris Wooding. My husband has been reading this to me at bedtime, about a chapter a night, so as you can imagine, this has taken some time. We were supposed to have finished this last month. It's totally my fault. I kept falling asleep, wasn't really with it enough to pay attention. We have 10% to go now, which, you know, doesn't sound much, but that's a fair few pages in there still. So we're going to finish this month, one way or another. I actually got to a point where I was terrified to hear the next chapter because I didn't want any bad things to happen to the characters. I really have enjoyed this book. I can't wait to see where it finishes, or actually I don't know, I might be dreading that. And obviously the next book to come out, which I'm sure will be just as big. But this is a proper big epic fantasy, very much in the realm of Tolkien. If you like that sort of thing and you're looking for something else to try, you can't go wrong with this one. Bear in mind, it's quite heavy. So once we finish reading The Emberblade, this will be the next bedtime book. Tiamat's Wrath by James S.A. Corey. It is book 8 in the Expanse series. If you haven't read the Expanse, please start with book 1, Leviathan Wakes. It is a big epic sci-fi drama series that follows, in the start, two main characters, James Holden and Joseph Miller, who is a detective. They end up crossing paths following two different strands of two different storylines and find out that both things are all mixed together and there's this great big conspiracy going on and things are looking pretty grim for the near future of Mars, Earth and the asteroid belt. I highly recommend the Expanse series. There's also a really good TV adaptation series which is on, well, was on Sci-Fi. It's now on Amazon. Yay! So please go and check that out if you're really hankering after some proper sci-fi stuff. The Expanse is awesome. I started The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson, yet another fantasy book, last month. I didn't get very far though, so there we go. So my plan is to finish this month because I have lots of Brandon Sanderson sat on the shelf waiting for me to read. So I'm going to do it. I hope I'm going to do it. But yes, big epic fantasy. I've heard so many good things about Brandon Sanderson, his Mistborn series and his writing style in general. I read Skyward last November, which was his YA sci-fi book, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to this. I've already liked what I've read so far. The magic system is already cropped up in here and I know loads of people rave about that. This sounds pretty cool. So the rest of the books I've chosen are new books to read this month that I haven't tried to tackle previously. Catwoman Soulstealer by Sarah J. Maas. This is part of the DC Icon series that they've started releasing to try and get, you know, us younger people reading more of the DC stuff. They are, as far as I can work out, reimaginings of what we originally know about these characters. I quite like Catwoman. I've heard there's a very good sort of romantic element in here that's not what you think it is. And, you know, I'll give it a go. It's also quite pretty. Last month I was supposed to have read Nightblood by Ellie Blake. I haven't read it yet. I'm sorry. This is the third in the Frostblood fantasy series. I've really enjoyed this series so far. It's really quick to read. The characters are very engaging and I do like a lot of the concepts going on in here. So I will finish this. Also last month I was supposed to have read Flashfall by Jenny Moyer. I haven't got around to it. You know, a sci-fi YA book, which I really fancied. I think it's slightly dystopian, I'm not quite sure, but I really wanted to read this book. Got my hands on a copy and I've yet to do it. Girl King by Minnie Yu. I think that's how I pronounce her name. Sorry if it's wrong. I picked this up last month because I heard so many good things about it. It's like a fantasy historical set in an Eastern culture involving systems and magic and honour, which sounds right up my cup of tea at the moment. So I want to read this one as well. It's not a thin one, so wish me luck. And on top of that, I will also be reading this month's Fairy Loot book, which they do their own read-along for, so I should be kept on track with that unless it really doesn't grab me. That hasn't happened very often, but when it does, I just stop and carry on with something else, and I might come back to the book later. So there we are. I think that's manageable. 2 to finish, 1 to start, 5 new ones. I can do that. plus anything I get from the library, of course. Yeah, I'm probably overdoing it again this month. Never mind, April is a short month, but we do have the holidays towards the end, so I might get some blitz reading done in there. We'll see what happens. Let me know your TBRs in the comments down below, or leave me a link to your book blog or your Booktube channel. That would be lovely. There is the link to my book blog down below with the wrap up on it, as are my social media links, and a Booktuber that I'd like you to go and check out, please. As always, thank you very much for watching, and happy reading. Bye.